Hey everybody! Surprise! It's a surprise hangout. I don't even think I announced this on. Can you not see me?
I can see you.
Oh, okay. I just saw my profile pic for a second. I haven't even put this on my Facebook or Twitter pages. So anybody on YouTube, surprise! We're hanging out right now with Cindy. And actually, this is kind of funny because she's supposed to be interviewing me. So this is really for her channel, but because of technical difficulties, we're recording it on my channel, and then she's going to put it up on her channel, which is
Success with Cindy.
Success with Cyndi, and that's CYNDI,
Yes.
successwithcyndi.com. So
Slash
I'm going
blog.
to let her just completely take over, and I'll follow along and do the best I can. Go ahead, Cindy.
Great. Thanks, Renee. I'm really excited to get to interview you today, and I just want to thank you for your time. I know that you're very, very busy.
Thanks for having me.
Having you in your own channel, that's really something, huh? When I first found Renee on YouTube, I was intrigued by her name because she goes by Rich Mom. And I didn't think it was even possible to be a rich mom because moms always give everything away to everybody else. And Renee is, well, incredible, to put it lightly. She takes great care of her kids. They're adorable, and you see them in all of her videos, and she still feels rich on top of that. So whether you're referring to money or energy or whatever, to have anything left for yourself is commendable and absolutely amazing.
Thank you. That's really
You're, you're welcome. So anyway, I'm very, very inspired by Renee. She is a single mom. She's a businesswoman with several successful businesses, and she's a YouTube superstar. She did
I don't know about that. That's weird.
she did a 365-day run and only was like missed one. We'll let
Yeah.
you pass on that one.
Yeah.
She also is a book author and a business trainer, and she's got an upcoming boot camp coming that I am registered for and I'm really excited about, and I'm going to ask her a lot of questions about that and get the dirt so that we can know what to expect.
Wow.
So
You make me look good.
you are good. I'm just repeating all the stuff that I know about you.
Oh,
So you ready to get on the hot seat?
yes.
Okay. First of all, I'm wondering, and I'm sure everybody else is too, how did you get started in business?
Oh my goodness. Well, it was actually when I was very little. I was like 8 years old about, and every kid had a lemonade stand. Well, my mom was watching a commercial and she was so upset about whatever they were selling. And she said, "Oh, everybody just buys junk. Everybody's so willing to buy garbage." So I went and I like took that as like, oh, target market. Everybody buys garbage. Like it must be in demand. So I went and gathered up like our newspaper for that day, and I separated it and crumpled it up in different sections and put it into plastic bags, and then marked garbage on it, spelled it wrong for 25 cents each. And my parents didn't know what I was doing. But I went out there, and everybody coming home from work was like, wait, that's a kid with a lemonade stand, but all I'm seeing are like little piles of garbage. So they would stop and say, like, what are you selling, just out of curiosity? And I would say, my mom says that everybody buys garbage, so I'm selling garbage. And they thought that was so funny, and I came home with so much money. And was shocked that I earned so much just selling garbage. So that's kind of where it started. I've always kind of, even as a kid, had the blood for it, I guess, entrepreneurism blood.
That's amazing. Well, I was going to ask you what you were doing before you started your business, but since you started at the age of 8,
Yeah.
that's amazing. Okay, so and I also was going to ask you what your first business was. When did you get started in a business, a traditional type of business? Have you always been an entrepreneur?
No, well, I kind of started in college, so, I was always like in journalism. I would do editor-in-chief stuff on the school paper, so I kind of knew how to run a business just because even as a high school editor-in-chief, you kind of learn how to run a staff and everything. But then when hey, how's it going? Okay, as soon as I'm done. You can just edit this out. I'll just keep going.
That's okay. That's one of the adorable children we were talking about earlier.
Yes. That's one of them. I didn't get enough coloring pages. Do you want to say hi? Do you want to sit in my lap for a minute? All right. This is Cindy. Say hi, Cindy.
Hi.
Silly for a second, okay? Mommy needs to answer some questions. Let's see, the first business I started was actually for my husband, ex-husband. Now there's two of them. Oh my God. Can you give me just a second, please? Sorry, anyone watching this. No, let go of the chair. Come on.
That is one of the things that I really love about Renae is you can see how well she handles her kids and how her kids are a priority to her, even though she's a very busy, successful businesswoman. And it's just neat to see how she juggles everything and keeps all of her balls up in the air at one time. And I really, really respect her for that.
One more. Okay.
Welcome back.
Thanks. Sorry.
No problem.
That's something about being a work-at-home mom. Got to kind of roll with the punches. Okay, so quickly, my first business was actually a musician contracting business. It was for my husband at the time, ex-husband now, and he's like a trumpet player and plays all over Vegas. So that my first business that I built was actually his, and he still has it and runs it and all of that. After that, I started a wedding invitation business for Vegas themed, and like you can hear Vegas themed invitations, and those ones that was kind of I kind of fell into that through my husband's business just because I was looking for marketing materials for his business, and all of the Vegas invitations I saw were really tacky. So as soon as I just threw up some sort of site and they started selling right away. So that's the first business that I kind of started with.
So you started it all by yourself and didn't have any help? I mean, I know you're amazing with SEO and that. You learned that all on your own? No one mentored you?
I learned SEO on my own, but I would hire tutors or study it just like a subject in school. So that's kind of how I started with SEO. It's still a monstrous subject to study, and you have to stay on it all the time if you want to stay at the head of the game. So, but yeah, that's how I originally learned it, was just building those sites.
That's amazing, and we're so lucky that you learned it, because you learned it and then you turn around and teach it to us in like a ABC platform, which makes it so much easier than having to try to figure it all out on your own.
Yeah, it's scary for a lot of people. So someone needs to teach it.
Well, you do a good job. Were you successful right away, or did you have a learning curve there?
I was successful with my husband's business right away, and with my wedding invitations business, I was successful right away. But not all of my businesses have like instant success rates. Some of them is like, I tried to sell wedding dresses online, and that was an absolute nightmare. Like, apparently, no one wants to buy a wedding dress online. But
well, I could see where maybe you'd want to try that on.
Yeah, yes. So there's some companies that just went under fast, but most of them stuck.
Cool. So what kind of advice would you give to someone just starting out today?
Oh my goodness. Actually, my biggest tip would be to try to take a product that already exists and kind of put it on crack. Sorry for the drug term, but if a product doesn't already exist, there might be a reason why. Like maybe nobody's looking for it, or you might have to spend a ton of money in trying to educate them to how your product works. But if you take a simple product like earrings or dog collar or like a broom even, and make it into a new product of some kind and make it exciting in some way. Like I saw in Shark Tank, someone took a broom and they had attached to the bottom of it a little like scraper that you hit with your foot. It
Oh,
was
wow.
so cool. And the second that you saw it work, you wanted to buy it. It was so cool because they took a product that already existed, they already knew how it worked, and then they saw it work and they instantly wanted it. That was someone who took a regular broom and put it on crack. So that would be my suggestion. Take something that already exists and make it better and sell it instead of trying to like reinvent the wheel.
Cool. That's a great advice. What prompted you to do your YouTube run, the 365 days, and would you learn from it? Would you ever do it again?
Oh my goodness. That was something else. When I started that, I was like, my life has kind of settled down, so maybe I could do this YouTube run. But then it was the roughest year of my life. I was not expecting it, everything that happened. But it was the best. I'm so glad that I did it. I learned so much. The whole point in it was to show how you build a business in a year, how it takes an entire year, because some people think you can put a website up in a day and that's a business, but it's not. Building an actual business can take up to a year to really solidify. And so that was kind of my goal, was to show you, and anybody watching my videos from day one to the 365-day run can see it progress. So that was the whole point of it. I am kind of doing it again with Tom Cody. So we'll see. It's not 365 days straight, but it will be every weekday for a while, and I'm hoping at least a year. So we're going to take it to a year and see how it goes. So yeah, I'm definitely addicted to YouTube.
Cool. Well, that was what I was going to talk about next, is my favorite YouTube show of yours, video so far, is last April Fool's Day? You had Tom Cody come on and pretend to be you at the very beginning, which was pretty funny. And then after that, you talked about your most embarrassing incident in business, which was hysterical. And everybody, look it up on her channel. If you're not already subscribed, if you're one of my subscribers, be sure you subscribe to her channel. Be sure you look up last year's April Fool's Day. You really want to see that video. But that's got Tom Cody in it. And tell us a little bit about the business that you two are doing together, and also tell us about your new channel.
Tom Cody and I seem to be like really good friends all of a sudden, weird friends. We're both weird in the same ways, so we kind of hang out. So we thought, hey, why not start a business together, because we like dogs.
Who doesn't like dogs?
Sounds like a sound business plan, right? Yeah. So we started puggiftemporium.com, 2Gs, P-U-G-G, gifts, so puggiftemporium.com. And it's been a lot of fun getting it branded, and it's beautiful and up, and there's like costumes and all sorts of fun things up there. And then now we've decided that that's not enough. So now we're starting our daily show, funnystuffandcheese.com, together. And it will also be a podcast. So we're like double dipping and stuff, just because we seem to have that weirdness together that attracts people. So we thought we should, our biggest shows are like our April Fool's ones, because I'm on his channel with like a bald cap and the whole 9 yards. So, and that was one of his biggest episodes. So for some reason, like apart we're good, but when we're together, like people seem to really like the dynamic. So we'll try it.
That's cool. I can't wait to see it. When's the first one air?
We're not sure, because I'm actually in the process of selling my first business. So, and the contract is like being drawn up like as we speak. So after I sell that business, we'll go live like a couple days later. But I have to like go fly out to her place. I don't know how much she wants me to tell. So I have to go fly
Yeah.
out to her and help her set up and train her and stuff on it. And then I'll come back and we'll start the show. But we're getting all sorts of stuff ready for it and quirks and all sorts of stuff.
Cool.
It'll be fun. It should be within a couple, like maybe 3 weeks away about.
Cool. Are you going to both be on the set together, or is he still, before he was what, a couple thousand miles away?
Yeah, he's still in Connecticut.
Yeah. So you're going to be just like we are right now, split screen?
Yes, it'll be like just Google Hangouts and just like a breakfast coffee type show.
Oh, cool. That should be fun. I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
So why did you write your book, and what's your favorite part of it?
My book I wrote because I kind of got tired of getting the same questions over and over again. So I wanted to write a book just with everything that I knew just out. And it's only, I mean, you can get it free on Amazon Prime. So it's not like, or it's like $9 if you don't have Amazon Prime. So it's not like I'm making $1 million on the book. But I really wanted something out there that says that, you know, this is how to start a business. Because a lot of the business books, and I also made it out of complete anger and rage. Because a lot of business books out there that I've read, it gives you all the options but doesn't tell you what's best. You can start an LLC, you could start a sole proprietorship, you could start this or this. Okay, the person reading the book wants to know which one you recommend. So my book is niched towards moms starting businesses. So everything in there is my own opinion and what I do myself. And if someone wants to go a different route, that's totally cool, but it's just a starting point to show you, like, this is what most people want. So it says in there, like, something is popular, or this software is most popular because of this. And it gives actual opinions instead of just, you know, 1,000 options and then no one clear option. Does that make sense?
That makes a lot of sense. That's great. I was also thinking about, you said you did your 365-day run so that you could start one business and show it, like, get into into profitability. Did you actually do that with one specific business? Or were you just showing us all the steps?
With Rich Mom Business, or like with any of my businesses?
No, when you did the 365-day run, were you starting a brand new business at that time, day one?
Yes, Rich Mom Business was brand new when I started it, and
oh wow,
profitability. And now I've already hired Z, so she works for me. And not only is her pay paid for, but I also make a profit on it, yes.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, I didn't know that because I came in midway through your 365-day run, and I got to where I looked forward to seeing your videos every day. And I keep thinking I need to get a little better at doing my videos, because I do maybe one once a week and, you know, a blog post once a week. And I think, yeah, but I really looked forward to every day getting on there and seeing your video, because usually it was something I needed to learn. And if it wasn't something I needed to learn, then it was just so gosh darn funny that it brightened my day.
That's awesome. That was really hard. That wore me out. But now I usually have actually the same amount of hours, but it goes towards 2 episodes, so I'm able to do more voiceovers and fancy things, like actually show more products and close-ups and stuff that way.
Yeah. Well, that's cool. Okay, I want to talk to you about the boot camp now. She's going to be doing this boot camp for us, and I'm sorry it's taken so long for our 2 schedules to mesh that all of the, like, early bird prices are gone, and there's really only 2 spots left in the boot camp. And this is a totally awesome opportunity to get to go to. Last time she did the boot camp, you had to fly to New York to get to go. And it was an awesome, awesome boot camp. Everybody that went was satisfied and was really happy. But a lot of her people that watch her on Facebook, well, everywhere basically. But everybody that watches her and the people in our forum, a lot of them are even overseas. And so it was not cost economical for them to travel. And so we begged her to do a virtual boot camp instead of making us have to travel. And she willingly obliged. But now there's only 2 slots left. So once we tell you what you're in for, if you want it, you better jump on it quick, because that's not any hype. That's just the truth. So tell us, Renae, what are we got? What are we going to do? What should we expect? You know, when I think of boot camps, I think of sleeping bags and combat boots. So what should we expect?
Oh, it's going to be so much fun. I'm going to teach you pretty much everything that I've learned since 2006 when I started my first business. Only you guys don't get to go through the mistakes I had to go through. And plus, I'm teaching you how to like automate and scale it. So if you have like a knitting business and you're like, well, what happens when I get too many orders, or you want to go on vacation or something like that, all of this helps that. And it includes like actual softwares that I've built for me personally. Like I built this software just for me, for my business, for automation and scaling. And I'm giving you guys a copy of that. So that's included in the price as well, and it costs quite a pretty penny to have that built. So that's included with the software, and then along with that, there's like a luxury toolbox that's coming in the mail to you with like chocolate and the software and papers and all of that. And then of course you get a recording for it, and then in the future you get free access to future boot camps as well if you want that. So it's going to be pretty intense.
Cool. So if they want one of your last 2 slots, what do they do to get one?
They have to go to richmombusiness.com/boot-camp. That's it. And register there.
Cool. Well, I'm really looking forward to it. And tell them again what's the date and time?
It's November 12th. I think it's 3 p.m. I don't even know if I've set up a time yet, but it's November 12th in the afternoon, America time.
Okay, and tell them, there was months that I was watching you on YouTube, and I thought I was a bestie, but I wasn't really, because I wasn't a part of your forum. So tell them about your forum. And Renae is just such a giving person. I really can't stress that enough. She does so much for all of us in her forum. When you join, you get freebies, and they're really good things that'll help you with your business. And then every month she gives us additional freebies. And she is there on the forum with us. That is so unheard of for someone of her stature to take time to actually go be on her forum and answer questions personally and comment on things. It's really great. So tell them a little bit about your forum and how they can join.
My forum is kind of a supplement to the YouTube blog. So if ever you see on the YouTube blog, oh, and we're reviewing a product, the discounts are exclusive to the forum. So you get a ton of like business discounts, but like, you know, it's meant for like work-at-home moms. So there are a ton of like personal discounts as well for like lotions and jewelry and goodies and stuff. So there's those, and then business goodies. And then the business goodies every month there's always something arty. Like this last month, Kelly J. Sorensen surprised us all and made like branding packages, 2 whole kits for everybody, and then we built like desktop organizers and a whole bunch of stuff. And then we always have ebooks and tutorials and webinars and seminars and all of that as well. And yes, and I go in there too. So it's kind of an extension for the blog.
Great. That was my little one that just stopped by to give me a kiss, and my own very personal little leaf. I needed that.
Oh, I love leaves.
And they're colored, you know. It's fall.
I usually get rocks and pine cones.
Well, nobody can say that we don't know what it's like to be a mom, huh?
Yeah. Yes. Try getting excited over your like 500th pine cone.
They're each different, just like snowflakes.
Yeah.
Well, I just want to thank you so much for meeting with me today, Renae. And I had a blast. And um, everyone who's on my channel, be sure to subscribe to Renae. Be sure to um, really check her out because she can teach you so much about business. She really has me, and she continues to teach me more and more every day. And if at all possible, be sure and snag one of those last two boot camp slots because you will not regret it. And I can't wait to see your new show with Tom Cody because you guys are both hysterical, and I'm looking forward to that.
Thank you.
So, thanks again, Renae. I really appreciate it.
Thanks, Cyndi, for having me, and thanks for anyone who may have watched this on my channel on the fly.
Yeah, it was great. Well, thanks.
All right, thanks.
See you in the forum.